This is Dr. Kenyon Godwin of Dreams Consultant and Purposeful Development. I want to welcome you to this episode of Purposeful Development for Intentional Inspiration. I hope that there is something that you hear today or see today that inspires you to be a better version of yourself, to lead better, to inspire others, and just to understand that take life one day at a time. Don't get too consumed or overwhelmed about mistakes or failures or yesterday or what isn't going right. But use these few minutes today to just kind of reset, relax, lock in, focus, and know that God has called you for today to be the best version of yourself that you can. Look to Him, look to the truth about yourself, and not get buried in all the other things. So I'm hopeful and I'm grateful that you're here today for this episode of Intentional Inspiration. Again, I'm Dr. Kenyon Godwin, a Dreams Consultant. Purposeful Development, Intentional Inspiration. I want to share with you why this is so important. Faith and high performance is the goal. So to be a high performer in life with your faith, that's how you become the best version of yourself. And that's critically important to achieve that, at least from my perspective. Remember, purposeful development is personal, professional, and spiritual development. So that's why we say faith and high performance, because I can be a high performer in the marketplace, on the job, in corporate America, and athletes, with sports and music and arts. I can be a high performer in any of those areas. But if my faith isn't a part of that, then I'm just a high performer. I'm not living purposefully and I'm not going to be fulfilled. Now, here's an example. Let's say I set a goal and my goal is to squat 500 pounds by the end of this year. And let's say right now I'm only squatting 300 pounds. So squatting 500 pounds by the end of the year, by my definition, go back and look at the video, is a SMART goal. It's very specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's relevant, and I have a time to it, end of the year. So I have a SMART goal of 500 pounds that I am going to be able to squat. Not just once, but let's say 3 reps. That's the goal. Now, if I walk in the gym, I understand, I see how many plates that's going to be on the bar. I have an idea what it is because I was currently doing 300 pounds. But then at that point, I leave, I walk away. So it's May. I walk away. My goal is December, 500 pounds. From that point, I don't change the way I eat. And all I do is drive by the gym 2 or 3 times a week. I never actually go in. I never actually lift any weights or do any conditioning. What is the likelihood that when it comes December, I'm going to be able to squat that 500 pounds? Very unlikely. But how many of us have these audacious goals, these things that we are pursuing? We love to talk about it. We love to tell people. We love to post on social media. We have our affirmations. We want everybody to know what we're trying to attain and attract in life. But we're just driving by it. We're not making the fundamental changes. We're not architecting it specifically to say, okay, Kenyon, if that's your goal, then we need to be at this benchmark of 350 soon. We need to be to 400 pounds at this point. You're going to have to be able to do some type of cardio to get yourself together. You're going to have to change the way you're eating. You're going to have to up your protein. You're going to have to make some great changes to be able to have that type of great outcome. And that takes work. And that takes time. That takes setbacks and failures and disappointments. I may get to 400 pounds, 425. I'm doing good. I'm getting close to 500. The next time I go to the gym, I can only do 385. Disappointing. What happened? I was just at 425. Now I can only do 385 today. Well, it could have been my nutrition. It could have been the lack of sleep. It could have been various reasons why I went down in weight. But that's life. You're not going to always just go on a trajectory straight up. You're going to have some ebbs and flows. You're going to have some seasons. You're going to have some times that, things don't work out your way. You were promised to have trouble in this world. So, but by being intentional and being specific on what it is that we're trying to build, what we're trying to do, and making sure we take the necessary steps and actions to do it, makes all the difference in the world. I met with a young man earlier today, and we used this analogy of football. He's a big old dude. And I know if he's watching this, he's probably smiling, but he's a big old dude and he played football. And I told him, I said, man, look, the real design of football was to actually get a first down. And if you get 10 first downs, you're going to have a touchdown. What happens to most of us is we go out there in the game of life. We're not even looking at the goal. So the other goalpost at the end of the field, that's where your touchdown will be. we stop focusing on the goal. We stop focusing on the 10-yard line. We're just trying to run an 85-yard pass play, or we're trying to get a running back to get 95-yard running play. So we're going for the big plays and the big things in life, and we're missing out on if I just consistently get a first down over and over and over, I'll have the opportunity to get a touchdown and reach my goal. So I hope that was beneficial and helpful. If so, please like it, please share it, but most importantly, put it into action. I don't want you to just have knowledge or information. I want you to have transformation. Thank you for being here today and for watching this moment of intentional inspiration so you can have purposeful development. Peace. Dr. Kenyon Godwin of Dreams Consultant. You just finished watching an episode of Purposeful Development, Intentional Inspiration, and I'm so grateful that we were able to share this with you today. So here's what I'm going to ask you to do. If this touched you in any kind of way, whether you felt encouraged, you felt convicted, you felt inspired, you were excited and motivated by the content that you just read or heard, please, please, please share this with someone else so they can have the same feelings. We want to share the message of light and positivity throughout the world so people know what love looks like, what purpose looks like, what discipline looks like, what success really looks like being fulfilled. So share this with someone else and do your part to not just share it, but to live it, to implement it, to make sure that the people that are close to you that you have influence over get a chance to have a visual of what these principles look like. God bless you. I know you can do it. Continue to maximize your purpose. We're grateful. God bless.